Today we are talking about balance and how to deal with everything that life throws at you. So I recently came across the old Native American parable of two wolves. If you haven't heard of it, this is how it goes. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going on inside me," he said to the boy. "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is angry, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego." He continued, "The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you, and inside of every other person too." The grandson thought about it for a minute, and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf will win?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." This got me thinking. At the time of this idea, a certain relationship in my life was suffering, and I realized that I need to feed that wolf. Now, I can't really relate to wolves, but I can relate to plants. But instead of feeding the plant, more so watering that plant. Because plants need love and attention to stay alive. Wolves are just too badass for this metaphor. Then it hit me. The plants you water will grow. Relationships are like a singular plant. Relationships with people, places, groups, things, jobs, and hobbies. And all these plants need water to survive. My plants are my relationship with my family, my relationship with my friends, extended family, this YouTube channel, Somewhere Studios, Stay Somewhere. There's a whole lot of plants to take care of. The problem is we have a limited amount of water each day, this being our time and energy. So we need to carefully choose which plants need the most love and attention. All of them are so different and need so many different things. Some need less water, like cactuses. Maybe this is some of your friends, projects, or investments that you've made. And some needs more water. The relationship that sparked this idea needs more water, needs more attention. The good thing is that plants are amazing and will normally tell you if they need some more water. Their leaves will start to dry, turn brown, go droopy. And unfortunately, it's a lot more difficult to notice these things in real people and real relationships. But the signs are there. Look out for these signs. Which plants in your life are looking a little down? Give them some water. Maybe some plants you don't need anymore. Maybe think about donating them. Maybe some plants are just so annoying to keep around and don't make you happy at the end of the day anyway. Get rid of them. Why are you giving them precious water when you could be using that for the plants that you love most? Unfortunately, some plants die no matter how hard you try. You may have given them all the water they needed, all the love they needed, but it could have been another factor like humidity or sunlight, or some external factor that is completely out of your control. It sucks to lose these plants, especially if they've meant so much to you. Some of these may rot away and turn to slush, but others remain beautiful even after they've dried. And that's okay. Honor them and their beauty even after death. Now, I know what you're thinking. All this is easy enough to compare life to plants. I know life is far more complicated and it can be really difficult to manage all these different things going on at the same time. Trust me, I know this firsthand. I want to do so many different things all at the same time. And at the end of it all, focusing on myself and figuring out who I am, dealing with my own issues and figuring out what makes me happy, aka watering my own plants. That was way too much. And I have managed to do all these things all at the same time for specific periods of time, but it really just leads to fatigue and burnout, and then everything suffers. There's just too much going on in life to give all your attention to everything all the time. If you do, and you try to water every single plant and spread your water thin, then no plant will get enough water and everything will die. If you focus on everything, you focus on nothing. Now, there is an argument to be made here about doing a whole bunch of different things at the same time. I know I do that, but it's a phrase that I heard in a TED Talk, which I'll put a link to in the description, called long-term multitasking, and this is where some of the most successful people in the world, some of the most successful creators, have done multiple projects over their life, but they've still focused on specific ones for, let's say, a year period and then moved on to something else. But by having this variation and by doing a whole bunch of different things, it allows them to be even more creative in the thing that they're focusing on. But that doesn't mean that they're doing 7 different projects all on the same day. So we know we have limited water. So that means we need to have better water management systems in our brain. This means you need to start figuring out what the most important aspects of your life is to you, and figure out which plants make you the happiest. Also, do yourself a favor and water your own plant first. There's no point in watering all of the plants around you and then you have no water left for yourself. That just means that your plant is gonna die, and then ultimately all of the other ones are gonna die too because you can't take care of them. I know some plants you have to keep around just because of life. You can't always choose exactly what you want. So focus on what is most important to you at the time. I'm not saying you have to get rid of all your plants or only start watering 2 of them, but just be aware of how much water you have and where that water is going. What are the plants you care about most? And in the end, you'll have a healthier, happier, better family of plants because of it. I really just made this video because I had to water all my plants and I wanted an excuse to show you guys all of our cool plants, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, then please leave a like. Also, you'll probably like this playlist that I've made right here, all about trying to figure out life, so go check that out, let me know what you think. And yeah, remember to water your own plants, get out there and make it happen. I'll see you guys in the next one.